like I was saying, I got a phone call, so that's why it cut off.
I'm gonna add the videos together.
I have never, ever judged this man for nothing for his disabilities. My son's got ADHD. If I was gonna freaking judge his father, then I'd be judging my son for ADHD. My daughter's father has got disabilities. My own daughter, Sarah's got disabilities. But everybody can always judge me because of what I'm going through, what I have, right? It's pretty messed up, I think. I do. I find it very, very frustrating, messed up. Yeah. He's moved on. Oh well, can't help it. Can't change nobody's mind. Nothing. I don't know what's gonna happen with me if I'll even trust to love again. Back probably, I don't know, 8, 9 years ago, I was so insecure I had to start buying wigs to feel better about myself. I didn't get a lot of people liking me without makeup or wigs. Made me feel very insecure about myself. Yeah, I deal with depression. Yep, I do. That's part of MS too. I have panic attacks to where I cry so hard, I'm hurt so hard, where I start having breathing issues.
You just wanted to call and ask how you were doing.
Very bad. So, I don't know what else to say. This is my life up to this point. I don't know if my life's going to get better or worse. Because, really right now, I don't trust love. There's a lot of people I just don't trust. Because I give everything to everyone. I've worshipped the ground that they walk on. And I've had somebody save my life, which would be my daughter's father when I was pregnant with her. He saved my life. I had to finally get after him about it because he kept on throwing it up in my face. Remember, I saved you and our daughter's life, and I had to tell him to stop. Don't you think I know this? Don't you think I remember it? And I've even turned around and said that had I seen the motorcycle that day, but it would have probably taken my life and our daughter's. But I'd rather me go through the pain than he went through the pain that day. And this feeling for this kind of stuff was stronger for my son's father. I told my son and his father that if they ended up in any point in danger, getting hit by a car or fire to whatever situation, I would save both of their lives so son and father would have each other. There's sick people out there, and people break into places and try and rob them or whatever. And there has been victims in this situation. And I feel sorry for them, and I'm sorry that it happened to them. But I had even offered if 2, 3 men came in here and they say you have to do this to save them, to save him, which would be my son's father, I'd lay on the bed and let him do it. I've been sexually assaulted before. I used to live up in Cascade Locks, Oregon, and got held up in my apartment for 2 days and got sexually assaulted by somebody I met online. I learned my lesson after that. Not online, on phone chat line. Excuse me. I learned my lesson after that. And he was sleeping, the guy that did this to me and held me up in my apartment for 2 days, He was sleeping one morning and I ran across the street to the other side of apartments to tell my mom about what was going on. Thankfully, I can count on my mom for that. She got a hold of my brother and had me stay there. And my brother went over and he asked the guy, hey, let's go for a ride. For many years after this, I didn't know what my brother did to this person. I don't know if he beat the shit out of him, left him for dead, or took him back into Portland. I didn't know until, I don't know, what, a year and a half ago? That he took him into Portland and dropped him off. Don't ever come back. Whatever. But that's the measures that I would go for somebody that I was truly in love with. I would give my own life up for this person. But as I realized over the past, 3 weeks, that person wouldn't do the same shit for me. I've stood out in the parking lot of our apartment. Well, no, that was in the parking lot was one guy. Then there was another guy that was down at the garbage area in our apartment complex, where I got in between the dude and my son's father and protected his ass. But the extreme things that I would go through, not only for my son's father, more so for him than I would my daughter's father. I don't know why, but that's just how I feel. But I don't get the same in return. I continue to get things thrown up in my face, which this whole video, I've been claiming to what I've done. The situations that I've gotten involved in. Like talking to the guy and texting for 5 months. No, thank you. The one of the family friend. Yeah, that was my fuck up. I take accountability for it. Somebody I grew up with and I just thought we'd be closer and it would work out. Nope. You know, a lot of people, when I've told people certain things about what's happened in my life, and of course, I didn't put out there about my daughter either. You know, 3 days in the hospital after having her, she got taken by CPS. Yes, my daughter got adopted, and she's in a good home. It took me a lot of years. Yes, I miss my daughter, and I would love to have my daughter here, but it took me a lot of years. To accept that she's in a better place. With her disabilities and my medical condition, it would be really hard. It was really, really hard for me to admit that. And I've had people tell me that. You're a pretty strong person to admit that. I've always been a strong person. I'm always a strong person for everyone. But why can't I ever get anybody to be strong for me? I'm just throwing all this out there of, you know, what's happened. That way people can't turn around and say, no, give their side of the story. This is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. I'm telling you my side. That way if it comes out and about that, you know, my disability get worse or it take my life, at least everybody will be able to get to hear my side of the story. And not just other people's. I don't know if I bored anybody with any of this or give a little insight, and I know I got a little emotional at times. Didn't mean to, but hey, it happens. But I hope everybody enjoys my testament of my life and the kind of shit that I've been through or have done myself, and hopefully everybody can understand my point of view or my side, or you don't want to take my side and you don't want to believe it, then that's your problem. But thank you for listening. Otherwise, have a good day. And it's February 10th, 2023.